But if you get caught while you are fleeing to South Korea in the middle of Laos and Thailand, there is no way that people can excuse because they already far away from the China. They landed in Laos and Thailand. Hi everyone, my name is Eunhee Park and I'm a North Korean defector who escaped in 2012 in search of freedom. So today I brought very interesting topic many of you have been curious about. Are you ready? Many of you asked me with the concern if it is right for my family members left in North Korea. So today's topic is about what kind of consequences towards my family. Before getting to the main topic, I would like to talk about the background why people started fleeing to South Korea and North Korea. After 1994, North Korea started going through a shortage of food. It's called North Korea famine until early 2000. In that period, many North Korean people starved to death. Approximately 3 million North Koreans died due to starvation and lack of food. However, we don't know how many people exactly starved to death because North Korea is an isolated country. The North Korean regime blocked all the information, so there is no way we can approach that information. And that statistics, how many people? Probably more than 3 million or maybe less than 3 million. So at that time, people who only believed public distribution system and rely on the government starved and then die because they believed North Korean regime will provide the food. But after Kim Il-sung, who is Kim Jong-un's grandfather, died, North Korea politically and economically started collapsing. Kim Jong-il, who was the former dictator, got the power and then was just struggling how to maintain his regime after his father. So people died lack of food because of the shortage of food, and they realized that we needed to survive. So North Korean people started to flee to South Korea and China. For North Korean government, there is no way of identifying who went to China and South Korea back then. And there are rumors that North Korea government executed people who tried to escape from North Korea to South Korea and China. So you might wonder, it is true. All the media and many North Korean defectors said that if we escape, our families will be in danger. It is true, exactly true. But before that, let's talk about what if the North Korean people who wanna try to escape get caught by the North Korean government? What consequences towards to them? People who are arrested from fleeing to China get punishments like labor camp and 1 or 3 years of reformation. Let's think about it. Officially, politically, North Korea and China have good relationship. So if someone fled to China and then if they caught, they will make an excuse. Okay, I really needed my food, so I fled to China in search of just one meal. Like China and North Korea have good relationships, so it might be just released from the sentence or punishment. But if you get caught while you are fleeing to South Korea in the middle of Laos and Thailand, there is no way that people can excuse because they already far away from the China. They landed in Laos and Thailand. How can they make an excuse? It means you already want to try to go to South Korea. And South Korea, what we learned is our people. But in North Korea, we always also taught that South Korea is a slave of America. And then South Korean people are puppets of Americans, American evils. So that's why if you get caught while you are escaping from the North Korea to South Korea, you will be executed. But family members are not exactly get punished, but they will live in concentration camp. There are 34,000 North Korean defectors living in South Korea, but many of them are afraid to get exposed in the media because of the scaredness of their family members in North Korea might be in danger situation because of their defection, because of the environment that North Korean defectors are talking about the truth of North Korea. So you might wonder now, don't you think about your family members in North Korea? Let's talk about my family. As I told you in the previous video, I prepared my escaping for 4 years. The reason is that I don't want my family members to get punished because of my defection. So since I decided my escaping when I was 17, I made a decision that I'm gonna live in different places so that my grandparents who raised me over 20 years with unconditional love, unstoppable love, can have an excuse. Eventually, we don't know. We have no responsibility. My granddaughter moved many places and she doesn't have a family, parents. As she are getting older, she doesn't want to follow what we say. That's why 4 years I prepared my escaping to make an excuse so that my grandparents can be in safe. However, it doesn't mean my family members are safe in North Korea. They always live at the surveillance environment. Actually, North Korean defectors who live in South Korea and China contact their family members. How North Korean defectors contact with their families left in North Korea? Yeah, of course, there are some ways we can contact with our family members. North Korean people who live in northern of North Korea have the international call from the China. And Chinese brokers contact with North Korean brokers. So they have the connection to build their business. So North Korean defectors found the trust broker who live in China or live in North Korea, and they find the way that they can send their money. So the money sent by the brokers, handling fees and commissions. In 2015 was my last time to contact my grandmother, and I sent 2 million Korean won, so about $2,000. But I had to pay 30% of my money to the broker who helped me that I can send money to my grandmother. According to the database of North Korean Human Rights Organization, in South Korea, 50% North Korean defectors send $1,000 annually to their family members, and 12% of North Korean defectors send $4,000 to their family annually. It means North Korean defectors contribute a lot of economic support in North Korea because of that kind of a business model, and because of the way we can contact with the family members. We can check our family members are safe or not. But mostly the normal, like ordinary people who escaped, don't affect their family members a lot. So nowadays, there are rumors in North Korea before Baekdu mountain line, which means people who are contributed a lot for North Korean regime, and their children were respected and had a very high quality life. However, nowadays, it is very popular when you are at the Halla mountain line. So Halla mountain, which is located in Jeju Island, which is very popular area in South Korea, and it is the highest mountain. Halla mountain line, it refers the family of people who fled to South Korea like me. So if you have family of North Korean defectors who live in South Korea, their life is much better than people who were contributed for their North Korean regime. So who are in the Baekdu mountain line. Because North Korean defectors sent annually $1,000 to their family members. In North Korea, even $20, even $50, $100 makes people to live more than 1 month, one household. Like think about $1,000 when you can buy a house in North Korea. That's why there are rumors about North Korea if you have the family of North Korean defectors. Like if you are in the line of Halla mountain, you have a wealthy life in North Korea. So let's back to the main topic. What if North Korean people fled to China or South Korea? It is okay for their family members. I can say depends on the house background. If you are from Baekdu mountain line and like the elites, high authorities. So in 2016, the Tae Yong-ho, who was deputy member of a British embassy, fled to South Korea with his family. Few years ago, I read an article and I heard the words that his family members was taken to very dangerous place. No one knows. Authorities who fled to South Korea, their family members are more likely to be punished than ordinary people. However, ordinary people's family members are observed all the time because the North Korean government suspects that one day the family members will escape North Korea as well. So lastly, as I told you, there are 34,000 North Korean defectors live in South Korea. Let's say that there are 3 or 5 family members for one person. So there are more than 100,000 family members of 34,000 North Korean defectors. How is North Korean government going to punish all of them? Where will they send them? North Korean regime doesn't really have a proper system or condition to punish this. So that's why North Korean regime only focus on the elites who already left North Korea, because high-ranked people have lots of information and they know the function of North Korean regime. So I can say consequences of family members are different. It depends on the family background status. So today I talked about the topic many of you have been curious for a while. So I hope this video helps you understand more about North Korea. Thank you for your time to watch my video. I will come back next time with more interesting and helpful and informative information about North Korea. Take care always. Bye.